All right, today we're tackling a huge topic, something that so many people are curious about, building an actual profitable business on YouTube without ever showing your face. Yep, you can forget the fancy cameras and studio lights. This is all about building a system. And this is really the big question, isn't it? I mean, the dream of having this scalable, totally low-profile online asset that just works for you, it's incredibly tempting. But is it just a fantasy? Or is there a real proven strategy to actually make it happen? Well, let's dig in and find out. Okay, so let's start with what I like to call the faceless gold rush. There's this massive appeal, this dream of creating a content empire that's basically automated, making you money while you're not even there. And the dream itself is pretty straightforward. It's not about being a famous YouTuber. For most people doing this, it's about building a business driven by a system, a true asset, something that works for you instead of you constantly working for it. The thing is, the way most people try to do this is completely backward. Which brings us to probably the most important part of this whole thing, the difference between views and value. This right here is the trap that almost everyone falls into. It leads to total burnout and, honestly, not a lot of money to show for it. So let me just say it plainly. Virality is vanity. Look, getting millions of views and having that shiny YouTube plaque on your wall, it feels great, right? But those numbers are just empty calories. They mean nothing if they don't build a real, sustainable business. They're just vanity metrics. And this really breaks it down perfectly. You've got two paths. The old way, the entertainment channel, is just a constant grind. You're on a hamster wheel, chasing the next viral trend, praying for millions of views just to make pennies from ad revenue. It's a house of cards. But the new way, that's a whole different ballgame. It's about building an educational asset that solves a specific problem for a specific audience. And the craziest part, you need way fewer views to be incredibly profitable. And if you don't believe me, just look at the math. This is where it gets absolutely insane. With one of those entertainment channels, you'd be lucky to make maybe $3 to $10 for every 1,000 views. But with a targeted educational channel, that number can rocket up to $100, even $1,000. No, that is not a typo. That's the power of playing in the right sandbox. So, how do we find these little gold mines? Well, let's get into the new playbook for making this work. And it all starts with choosing something called a money niche. Now, a money niche isn't just a topic like movies or cooking. It's an entire market. It's a space where your audience isn't just there to kill time. They are actively looking for an answer to a painful problem. They have what's called buying intent. They're literally ready and willing to spend money to make their problem go away faster. And if you're looking for a place to start, these are the proven heavy hitters. Niches like money, health, and tech. Advertisers pay a ton to get in front of these audiences, so your ad rates are higher. But even more important, they're just packed with problems people will gladly pay you to solve. The real secret, though, isn't to start a travel channel. It's to drill down and create a sub-niche, something super specific, like travel tips for parents with toddlers, or AI tools for small business owners. Let's look at some real channels that are crushing it with this method. So first up, in the finance world, you've got Legend Investor Mindset. And just look at this. The visuals are so simple. We're talking a static picture and some text. No fancy editing, no host on screen, nothing. So why does it get hundreds of thousands of views? Because it delivers pure, uncut value. It's exactly what its audience wants, and it proves the golden rule. For these channels, value always beats production quality. Now let's jump to a completely different universe, the pet niche. You might not think of this as a money niche, but oh man, this audience is beyond passionate. A channel like The Purring Journal just uses beautiful, simple stock footage of cats. Their absolute genius is that they answer the super specific questions every single cat owner has Googled at 2 in the morning. You know, why is my cat making that weird noise? Or what's the best food for a senior cat? See, they're not just showing cute videos, they're solving real problems. And just to really hammer this home, look at how this applies to something as niche as travel history. This channel, Curious Britain, explores old, abandoned places around the UK. Now, on the surface, it's just cool videos. But if you look a layer deeper, you realize it's actually educational travel content for a very specific, high-value audience. These are people who are into history, culture, travel, exactly the kind of people that tourism boards and educational companies are dying to reach. It's the perfect marriage of passion and profit. Okay, so you found your niche. Awesome. But now, how do you actually make the content without going crazy? This is where you have to build your content machine. And this concept right here is an absolute game changer. It's called the symbiotic system. The idea is you stop just making random one-off videos. Instead, you strategically design all your shorter videos to act like arrows, all pointing viewers toward one massive, central, high-value money video. You're not just hoping they click on something else, you are engineering their journey. So why is that system so incredibly powerful? Because you are feeding the YouTube algorithm the one thing it craves more than anything else. See, the most important metric on YouTube is not views, it's not subscribers, it's session time, how long you can keep someone glued to the platform. When all your videos push viewers to one super long video, you jack up your session time, and YouTube starts promoting your entire channel like crazy as a reward. And that makes your whole content process a simple, repeatable system. Step 1, and this is key, find what's already working. Don't reinvent the wheel. Step 2, use AI tools to speed up your research and scripting. Step 3, create the video with simple tools, stock footage, screen recordings, whatever, no camera needed. And then step 4, the most critical part, make sure every single video funnels back to your main money video. Okay, we've got the niche, we have the content machine. Now for the final and most important piece of the puzzle, turning this thing into an actual business. This is how you stop earning cents from ads and start generating real revenue. I want you to think about monetization like a ladder. Down at the very bottom rung, you've got ad revenue. The income potential is low and you have zero control. You climb up a step and you have affiliate marketing, selling other people's stuff, much higher income, and you have some control. But at the very top of the ladder, the holy grail, that's selling your own products. That's where you have the highest potential income and total control over your business. And I really need this point to sink in. If 100% of your income comes from YouTube ads, you do not have a business. You have a hobby that is completely at the mercy of YouTube's algorithm and their policies. A real business has revenue streams that you own and you control. And because this is a real business, you gotta treat it like one. So just a quick legal checklist for anyone in the US. First, copyright is king. Use licensed footage and always transform content. Don't just re-upload it. Second, you have to disclose your affiliate links. That's a big one with the FTC. And third, yes, you have to pay taxes on this income. Don't sleep on the boring stuff. So there you have it. That's the playbook. The old way of chasing viral fame, it's broken. The new way is to build a systematic, valuable asset. And with all the tools we have now, from AI writers to massive stock footage libraries, it has literally never been easier to get started. So it all just boils down to one simple but powerful question. What problem are you going to solve?